Okay, welcome back everyone to the ESL Go4GuildWars2 Cup number 18. I have with me Nick next to me today for the final of the cup.
Hello.
And we hope there will be no... You can see it's got a lot darker in my room because there's a massive storm outside, so I'm hoping the internet doesn't suddenly randomly fail again. But more importantly...
Damn you, weather.
Come on, you've got some rain dance in you. You send it to England, to London, where it's raining unpredictably. Wow, that never happens in England. Okay, so we got Orange Logo. Orange Logo will be on the red team versus... There'll be versus 55 HP monks this week, actually. We will stick those out. Not Orange Logo.
Wait,
sorry,
Orange Logo?
HoT. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's because I just looked at the update, the scoreboard edit there, and I just
HoT. HoT, Dragunners. Insert guild name, Je suis Charlie, Evil Gnunuses, whatever you want to call them.
Indeed. And I'm just changing that and updating the scoreboard in the game. So when we go there, that will look correct. As it probably wasn't
good
while we're in Battle of Kylo due to my massive disconnect. Yeah. But we're just going to go into the game. We don't really need to actually... Could you ask them to ready up? That would be awesome.
I did already a minute ago.
You're a legend, sir. Absolute diamond geezer.
I try to be prepared.
Make sure you are. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. If you could put in chat again, hashtag HoT or hashtag 55HP monks. See who do you think is going to win? And if we go into the game now, we can actually discuss this.
I think considering that HoT changed their name so damn often that most of the viewers here have no idea who they are, I think 55 is going to be the fan favorite.
I think so. I mean, we did just see, if people were watching as well before, we did see them win comfortably in Battle of Kylo. I mean, there was a few troubles here and there. Orange Logo did pick up the 2-cap in mid-game, but towards the end, they kind of lost out, unfortunately, just because that 2-cap almost screwed them over in a way, just because they had to commit elsewhere and then losing the caps and slowly losing team members. So that was unfortunate for our WTS qualifying champions, who will be heading to Boston this Saturday. But for now, we've got some cash up for grabs as well. And we're probably waiting for a little bit of time for the ready up because there's a little bit more money on the line now, as we see a 400
and less players on the teams.
And less players on the
teams. HoT. T, damn it. T.
There's a T in 2, it's fine.
So it's difficult. Every week, a new name, I have to remember.
It'll be 400 euros for the winning team, 100 euros for second place, as well as some 2k gems each, and then some gems for third position will be played off stream. Thank you guys again for joining us today. We appreciate it. We love you all. Some HoT coming out in the chat, a lot more actually. Hashtag TCG unfortunately isn't in this at the moment. We've seen some, I don't know, we've seen some 55s as well. It's fairly even, a lot of HoTs coming out now. Abjur definitely aren't in the team, and thank you for putting hashtag Jebro. And also, oh wow.
Hashtag French people, I like
just
it.
Don't look like that guy, although maybe we'll do soon. I just need a bit of more red face. Maybe if I shout and scream more. Sorry if I actually scared a lot of people in that last game, but that move from Tage was awesome. I might try and get a highlight of that out somewhere. It was a great move. Good ring of warding usage from these Guardians coming out at the moment as well with the ports. They're just getting, you know, I mean, in terms of like the other meta builds that have been played here, you know, DPS Guardian is new in comparison, not brand new, of course.
In comparison, yes, but now has been kind of unavoidable.
Yes, indeed.
Even 55 jumped on the DPS Guardian train now.
The bandwagon, as we were trying to say. And this is not a mirror comp. 55 HP monks running with the Mesmer difference, of course, there, and also going with the Clerics staff. Elementalist here, of course, compared to the other team where we've got Eternia running that dagger with the whole bracken a little bit more, and and then Hippify and the more sustain coming out from Alcor. So sustainable in terms of 1v1s and maybe team fights. We'll probably see 55 HP monks actually roaming a lot more as they have been doing, putting the pressure on the free cap potential as well, but I don't think Red Team are going to let them actually get that in the end, to be honest. So we're going to have to see some high burst damage coming out from that Pain Train combination of Misha and also Chosen Sin to potentially take over these plants quite quickly. And DC, yeah. I've got to get used to thinking that and saying that now. which is it's kind of odd because, you know, I mean, we saw him
The
on
pain
FIFA.
menage a trois, that's wrong.
So as we wait for the rest of these teams to go, I mean, how do you think Red are going to come out? How do you think HoT are going to come out onto the match? Do you think we're going to see some far pushing here from those guys?
I mean, we've seen in the last game, it was against a bit of a different team in the last game, 55, but in the big team fights, they are just really painful. I think they should take advantage of the fact that they should be having some trouble holding on to points. Just spread out a bit more. They only have one real bunker, one kind of bunker in the form of Zan. And, well, then, okay, Issei has a lot of burst negate, but after that's gone, he's easy prey as well.
I haven't really stuck on Zan too much to see how much extra damage he's doing through that extra 7%.
That is kind of the way of things. If you spectate 55, Zan kind of just does his thing and goes fairly unnoticed.
I mean, I think he does a fantastic job most of the time. I mean, he's just a bit more quiet, and then you see him coming in, and I think it's kind of similar with a lot of NGs. But you're right, like Zan's always quiet and doing his job. He's a good man. He's doing a fantastic job on 55.
Making kind of I mean, he is one of the players who, all of the players make the strategy viable, but some parts of the strategy are flashy moves that result in instant bursts, and some are to just hold off two people for a while.
I just wonder whether or not if 55 can take these guys, because they're kind of, you know, they're doing a great job. HoT at the moment. Sizzling hot pressure. There you go. Try and say the full team name for once, rather than not. But they did a great job versus Orange Logo. I mean, really that Fofire game was so close, and we could have even seen Orange Logo coming into the final if we'd seen it gone differently. But this is the way things have gone, and we are going to go into this next game.
Okay, finally we have the ready ups. Always takes a while, always takes a while. Okay, so it's the finals. It's for either 400 or just 100 euros, depending on which team comes out ahead. Best of 3. First game, Forest of Niflhel. On the red side, we do have Sizzling Hot, not Shrimp. Pressure. And on the blue side, it's 55 HP Monks.
You can see Alcor picking up the mine, but we are going to see a free cross coming out from 55 HP Monks, although Chosen Sin has disengaged from that, and he's actually going to stealth up and lead towards the mid. No, sorry, he didn't stealth up. Maybe he did before, as we go into the midpoint and we pick up Karseb, who is in a 1v3 situation, where you're going to see Izzy coming into the point as well. Not as bunkery, of course, as he used to be, and then putting that static field coming out from Karseb on the node, which clears them out, really, and then pushing back with the staff as well. Actually trying to get pinned down here. Misha coming into the point as well on the side with the staff. So actually offer up some... Oh, we can see a portal play here. EC is going to drop through. We can see Karseb go through as well.
It's just a defensive portal because Karseb was kind of going towards the henge. Karseb now going to stay there, not going to take the portal back, which could put them into a bit of a difficult situation concerning the mid fight. But even just Issei seems to be holding out quite well against 4 people now. They need to do something, or maybe it's just winning time because the cap is coming out on the mine point. They are completely committing to that, and even the respawning Alcos not moving towards the mine point. 40 points already on the side of 55, and now after capping the mid, we do have HoT going with the engage on the henge.
Chosen Sin's been a bit quiet, actually, in the game so far. We did see Zan. I did highlight the fact that he did pick up the mine over there. ECG finally going down over there.
Karseb down. That was quick. But 55 already with the kind of move. Karseb is there, is supposed to hold them out for as long as possible, and they're not really defending. They're kind of sacrificing him on the point and try to gain the advantage on another. Although, this time it looks like the red team was a lot faster than the guys from 55 on the midpoint.
Yeah, I mean, over here on... If Karseb would manage to get back through that portal, it might have been a bit different, but unfortunately their biggest supportive character there wasn't on the point, and also, you know, Even Zan wasn't there. He is just bailing out now, doing a great job of trying to retreat as well. Into that SR, maybe trying to get another stealth engage just as that comes out. Trying to get the maximum stealth there, of course. As the rest of the team on the other side, I do believe, have done the same thing. So both teams stealthing up and actually opting to go to different areas of the map. Here's Alcor! Gets jumped on, taken down to about a third HP. He's going to go down here, surely. Although, no, look at... Oh, this man is a beast. Look at that. Although the poison might finish him off. Although he is going to be rescued here by Drazir, maybe. Zan's going to follow him up from behind, trying to take him down. And this might actually be a big of a problem for Zan. Even though Alcor is very low, he committed so much that he might get in trouble himself. He's going to be okay here, though. And look at Alcor, beastly. But unfortunately, as Zan's not giving up. He must have heard this before, because he's just on it now.
Remember when I said Issei is surprisingly tanky against 4 people on a DPS build? Well, he's altruistic healing.
Oh,
yeah.
I
suddenly saw a line of warding and got confused.
Well, I didn't pick that up from before.
Altruistic healing build, not even with the hammer, so going completely old school. 2 clerics, altruistic healing, as well as the staff alley, and now red team, 2 people engaging on Karsap, who's already awaiting their arrival on the mine point. Hepify immediately walks into the static field, doesn't really mind, he's 1v2. The churning earth is also doing its job. Now, unsteady ground, I learned that name. Is they now in there again? It's a 2v2, they kind of want a 3v2 in that combination. If they meet up and really try and out-tank them, they want to bring the room for the rest of the team to engage in another point. And they are already, I have to say, 55 a little bit very aggressive.
Oh no!
Considering they still did have the 2 cap.
I'm wondering why Zan just went through that portal. Carses just ran up and got a 3D cap over on mid. That was interesting. Maybe he just opted wanting to go over towards the henge node to make sure they were aggressive there and got the decap. And it's not so bad because at least, you know, EC went over towards mid. He's actually opting to go for that shield now. And Carses in that 1v1. Might be able to pick it up in the end if he can get another knockback. But we're going to see Drazir coming in on the east side of that cap now. Might be
is that a good idea? Okay, after the death of Eternia, it's not that likely for Elko to try and vengeance and battle standard. So nice coordination. Just letting him bleed out there, trying to gain the advantage on the map. Drazir is the next focus target on mid. Is he? No, he's not mowered. He has just weird armor.
It's just a lot of damage coming out onto this midpoint there was before, but it's started to stop. Misha is actually maybe a little bit closer than needed to be. The amount of burst that came out onto Drazir was intense there. And also, got to watch out for Drazir. It's going to be going to go down to downstate here before he has to range because he's down to half HP himself. And now I might see them pick up this kill. Drazir is out of this fight, and maybe 55 can push ahead into this game. They are ahead by 40 points at the moment. 9 minutes 40 seconds after the game. Eternia not able to escape there from the shatter and does get taken down. And unfortunately, red team have to disengage to make sure they can regroup and potentially come back into the game. Although, actually, we are going to see Karzis be quite aggressive. He is going to pull back now. He needs to be very careful here because Eternia is out of the game. Significantly tanky supportive character is out of the map. They don't want to try and engage him.
They just need to regroup, and that's what he's doing. He's just trying to keep himself in stealth for as long as possible to gain the positional advantage just for the next engage. Although they're actually taking their time to do a Sivania. What? Okay.
55 apparently have been...
Yeah, waiting on the respawn of Eternia,
yeah.
So...
I mean,
actually smart. Counter Chieftain. As time is spent with that, so equalizing that one. 1 creature to each team, and the mid engage has already happened. 2 people still missing, although no, wait, did we see a portal?
Yeah,
it was quick.
Coming out. It might be going over towards. No, they're just really taking their time at the moment. Both teams picking up those boss kills. We actually had a bit of a lull in the Guild Wars 2 sPVP match. What happened?
That's new.
That is new. Hibify now trying to range from the side on the keep node. Just got a bit of burning pressure on him there. He's going to be okay though. And just trying to drop as much damage as he can. He's actually very low as the bunker support there. And there's actually going to back off a tiny bit. Trying to get a tiny bit of stealth into that SR and pump some empower out to grab some healing and some extra might stacks. The rest of the team coming to the point now. Karsay very low on HP, but that Armor of Earth pop as well. He's going to actually come out of the node that was just from the trait line, of course, and actually just line of sight and make sure that he's going to be quite safe. But Karsay did go down, the War Banner comes out, and he's going to be okay using that SR to also maybe get that stealth engage. Who's his next target going to be? We're going to have to wait and see.
He's looking at Issei. That was smart choice.
Yes! He's gonna go down! Oh my god!
But he wasn't even. He wasn't even. That little bit of pressure. Is he just... Yeah, I think the weapon swap still had a cooldown. He was on shortbow. Otherwise, the pressure would have been there by a long shot. So that one weapon switch kind of completely negated the death of Issei.
And Alcor is down at the moment, of course. Dragunners very low. Hibify low as well. We've had to see some disengages on both sides of the points. They might get caught out here. They need to be very careful. Hibify downstate just under the archway towards that henge node.
Going through, trying to get the decap on the henge, and he's doing just that, but more than 100 points lead on the side of 55, and Karsay definitely needs to disengage. We already had the complete momentum of HoT stopped here. 2 people and down, still one more respawning at the moment. So Karsay needs to get out of there. Stealth is up again. He's trying to find the next engage, but it looks like it's too late. They gained the cap back on the henge already.
And he's not going to come and help Eternia out here. Eternia really is in a ton of trouble. Goes down just on the north side of
I was out of position.
As well. Sorry?
What for? Why was he there? That seemed completely out of position.
I mean, because there's actually ran away as well and came back just as Eternia went into the downstate. He's trying to get sneaky engage onto Zan now, who says hello.
Oh no, stealth res?
No way! That's
going to be it. Zan with the knockback and just applying some conditions on there. That's not going to happen. That's a bit too risky. And Hibify already called the GG. Dragunners now afterwards. This looks like it's a win for 55, meaning the first round of the best of 3 goes over to them. But we still have a second one that can decide it all or give them the chance to advance to the 3rd game.
Indeed, looking good for 55 in this game, pulling out 500 to almost 300 points there. I mean, there was a couple of times, like towards the beginning, when they did lose that mid cap kind of easily. I was just thinking, not sure about this move, but they were opting to go for the henge cap, their home node, rather than anything else, and to lose EC. Of course, if they lose EC, then they can come back. Okay, they can come back quite well because they've still got that sustain coming out from Karsay and also Zan if they want to put him in as well. And the pain training combination doing well. Chosen Sin actually being a little bit more quiet than usual though, but still being very effective.
Yeah, has been a bit more teamfight concentrated again instead of the decaps, which is kind of what we see when we have 55 moving back to the double clerics one. They're not going for the defense, and they're not really going for the perma roam. It's just a reaction to it, towards a very early reaction to it, what the enemy is doing. If we have an engage on one, if we have a 2 cap of 55 and we have an engage from the enemy team, they don't defend. They put their tanky players on that, hold out for as long as possible, and engage on the 3rd one already. There's a kind of preemptive, reactive play style in that, which can be risky. We've seen that sometimes they're just not fast enough with the reaction. They are just not fast enough with the kill, and if I think the answer on the side of HoT would be to really just completely scrimmage, to get only big 4 people team fights to try and outburst 55. Outburst the pain train, and that would be kind of it. We've seen how fast they can get Karsay down. That needs to happen more often. They need to have the answer quicker than 55, which is difficult.
Do you think they're picking up the right targets there, though? Do you think Karsay in that side, don't they? I mean, I think Misha was left to free cast quite a lot, and I'm not sure if anyone was really countering Misha so much. We saw EC dropping.
Misha's rarely in the same fights.
I don't know, but Misha's dropping, but don't they need to make that also their kind of one of their goals, to try and make sure that they are countering Misha and Chosen Sin to a degree, because they're kind of, you know, they're not really out of the fights that much. They've not really got much focus on them. Like having Karzez maybe on the other, you know, maybe he needs to pick up Misha and also Chosen Sin a little bit more. But of course, you know, there's 2 of them and 1 of
Yeah,
him. But
then you need to manage to keep track of them. That's
the
another.
thing.
Oh, are we gonna see Drazay on a Necromancer?
Oh, okay. That's an interesting change up. Good versus the Engineer, of course.
We've seen that before, and Drazay, of course, known to play anything, whatever's thrown at him.
We will drop back into the game, guys, and you can see what we're actually talking about. And I'll update the scores as well, as we have seen 55 HP Monks take 1 game up against Sizzling Hot Pressure, who defeated Orange Logo coming into this game. But Misha's still running with that Rune of Holbreck as well, so that minus 20% condition duration will be quite useful, unless, let's have a look what he's running here. Okay, Jazz is running Carrion Amulet with the Rune of the Nightmare, so he's going full on.
Misha actually now on the Sword Torch, but still sticking with the Rune of Holbrook.
That's right, indeed. So picking up some more stealth there from that 4th skill. Actually, it's a nice stealth combo, which he can come into mid with, or come into any point with, and grab off that Polymorph Mower. I didn't notice, I actually missed the Mower as well, if that came out in different various places. So missing a couple of bits of in there.
I'm not quite sure. I think there was actually no Mower that connected.
So, no.
I think they were all dodged or something along those lines.
It's the only thing with Moa, right? It's like, if it's missed, it's such a big ability to miss. It's just horrible, you know. He's really, but they still, you know, they use their team fights really well. They rotated nicely and won quite strongly in a couple of pinnacle fights over on the mid as well. So not too bad from those guys. Might see this Moa engage, you know, the classic kind of maiden meta one that we see from time to time. I do miss that.
That could be. Well, we have it quite a lot actually, even without meta, but I think the change up to Necromancer is actually quite a good one, because with that you can kind of keep a check on Chosen Sin and Misha, at least keep them under constant condition pressure. And on this map, it's not going to be nearly as difficult to keep track of the pain train. It's way easier to answer a quick engage, because the points are so close together and all in the field of view of one another. So I think this could very well go into the direction of HoT.
I think if you got it right. I mean, maybe you can persuade them to change their name.
I'll try. I'll try after this cast.
H2O, you know, whatever. But this could be the final game. If 55 pick up this game, we will see 400 euros, random noise, being picked up by these guys. Hoping Kaziz...
What was my water?
Okay, good, that's fine. I was hoping Kaziz was having an issue and not me there, thank God. Just waiting for the ready ups, and then we will see how it goes. Don't forget that we do have the World Tournament Series Finals playing out on Saturday over in Boston, so do not miss that. So you do not want to miss that big event. China went quite nicely in the end. We covered the stream in the end as well.
Yeah.
So we just, you know, it's still a new place for us, and in Guild Wars 2 and get into this place. And I think it's really pulling together now. We're having some fantastic games over in EU, especially, and the scene is just improving and improving and improving. And we've also got these other tournaments that are coming up. The more, I guess the more amateur tournaments, the more...
we've got Tournament of the Gods, it's called, I think.
That's right.
From the Zeus Guild every second Sunday.
Every second Saturday. That was on last night.
Oh,
as
damn.
Well. So
Saturday.
2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes, all good. And then Academy Gaming also is on the evening, a few hours later over on NA, which I actually played in last night and was a hell of a lot of fun. So
I want to play in the next one as well. Let's make a team.
I can. Oh, I can't play in the next one.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, well, all good.
I almost
no
forgot
worries.
about that.
But make sure you check out those
will.
streams, really, because it's great to see some new players, some new builds as well, and the way these guys are playing. And we've actually seen some ArenaNet employees as well getting involved in this tournament. Nightmare Hugh from ArenaNet actually played last night. I'm not sure where their team came, actually. Came into semi-finals. It's quite funny. and they did actually really well. It was a nice game to watch. And actually, Storm and Brunners did a great job at casting yesterday between those two cups as well. So those two new guys to check out. So tons of sPVP PvP action. You're not going to be seeing the same teams all the time. There's tons of teams out there. So get involved. Also enter these cups because there's prizes now coming out for these as well as the ESL weeklies and whatnot. So just trying to kill a bit of time here while we wait for the guys to ready up.
I'm just trying to emphasize now that between matches, between two, just start as soon as you can.
Indeed. Got to say that NA does a great job of getting ready up. But I'm kind of excited to see this game happen, so at the moment, I'm not so bothered, to be fair. But here we go.
Finally starting. Second match, currently the first win going over to the side of 55 HP Monks. Let's see if maybe the French team has an answer for that and we're going to go into a third match, or if it's decided here and now. A $500 prize pool in total is on the line on Legacy of the Fourfire.
Indeed, seeing Carsip go, actually 55 opting to not send anyone to their close point. We're going to see, if they can get come over to the quarry and get the burst off. Zan doesn't want to be in that situation 1v1, no way, not versus the Necro, but we are going to see that.
Quick enough.
Look at the stealth reaction, Zan very low, needs to be careful. Immobilize comes out, although we're going to see the Necro going down. Dreze has been taken out here over on this quarry node. Zan did a great job at defending and then pulls back Karziz to say, no, you're not going anywhere, buddy. I'm going to take you down as well. Unfortunately, he is not going to be brought back in here. We saw a War Banner coming out there as well from Alcor.
Yeah, didn't bring him back up. No. Wasn't quite enough. And we've seen that move before. I think pretty much the last 3 or 4 cups. 55 has been just completely ignoring their own close point and just opting for either the big pressure on the midpoint or the far node.
Yeah, indeed, and it's really paid off for them because we are going to see Karzez picking up that waterfall cap now as well. Hibify doing a nice job at just doing a bit of parkour over on the side of the mid node and regrouping with Eternia here, but they need to get to the rescue of Alcor. Alcor's very low. Hibify tries to drop some grenades around his body, which unfortunately it probably could help, but trying to bring out some damage as HP Monks commit to that down. Because sometimes they do overcommit, but not doing so over there. We actually can see the defense
here. Do you have
a
portal? Karzer tried to be there, to be ready. Maybe help Draze in the defend there, but now back to mid afterwards, went through the same portal. Chosen Misha there with the support of Karsip, currently trying to chase down Eternia.
Misha needs to be careful. Downstate has come out. Chosen's in dropping the SR. Might get the res here. Should be okay. Needs to drop that heal, Misha, as soon as he gets out. He is still stealth, though, so he should be okay here. Might not actually need to do that. Nice fear coming out from Alcor there, I do believe. As he just came in towards those two guys. It was a good way of trying to just make sure, mitigate any damage coming out from that Pain Train combination. A nice use of that shout there.
The Chosen Sin now with the disengage. We saw Misha as well. They might want to try and pick off Karze, who is, he's in stealth. He's currently advancing towards the quarry, but Zan fast enough with the reaction. Hibify there as well, but Chosen and Misha are on his trail. And is that really a time where you want to go to the far node when you're chased by the Pain Train?
No, and Hibify actually just dropped the slick shoes there, which actually really took out Chosen Sin. Good job from him. Karsib really, really quite low over on the mid now. We've seen him being brought up back up. Things should be okay now. Hibify is very low wherever he is currently over on the north side of the mid point.
Trying to get the most support blockability still, nice. So that Immobilize goes into nothing afterwards. Kind of a soft reset of this team fight. Slight scrimmages going on in mid, but everyone going to their respective corners. Slight lead still for 55, only 20 points at the moment. We see Karze trying to get out of that big team fight and get the decap on the quarry, and that could very well put them into the lead. There's one decap. Zan is reacting now, but the decap is definitely going to happen. And Chosen and Misha, even everything is moving towards this quarry. Karze doesn't really want to go into that 1v1. He just wants to go to delay it maybe a bit, but really? Don't think that's a good idea, Kaze. You should get out of there and help in mid.
You know what he was like before, though. We saw him last week trying to tank a node. Actually, did it quite effectively as well. Funnily enough, I mean, it did. Brought them back into the game a little bit more. But unfortunately, he may be hanging out there. He's got that poison tick as well, still dropping, and needs to probably just reset himself a little bit. He's going to wait and just try and be a bit patient here, using that heal, and then he'll re-engage quite soon.
But the damage on Hibify is good. He is being chased down, trying to escape actually to the quarry in the hands of Zan, and that's going to be just more CC for him.
I think I got a DC, unfortunately.
No.
Can you still hear me?
DC on stream as well?
No, the stream is still fine. It's in game.
Okay, so it's just in game. Then we're gonna go back to Radiocast. Now only 8 points between these teams. That was made up quite a bit. We do see Kazed down and currently under pressure. Draze quite a lot. Was in death shroud already. Can't go. No, is in death shroud at the moment. He's trying to survive to his best of his ability. No plague form up in the last bit of burst is gonna bring him down. Kaze should be ready to go back into the team fight pretty soon. I'm surprised. Yeah, well, with Kaze down, Kaze just in the respawn, there's just nothing really stopping the pain train to just train down the targets. Though with limited success until now, still the outer points are in the hands of the respective teams. They just switched, so of course we have the waterfall in the hands of the red team, and the blue have the quarry. Mid-fight going on, no downs so far. Again, kind of a soft reset, still with a neutral. Not many points between these teams. Now we have, what is it, a bit over 10. And they are dispersing towards the outer points. Kazea always kind of pulling people out from the midpoint, just barely, and moving them along. But they seem to regroup on the big mid fight over and over again. No real aggression from 55 towards their far point.
Do apologise about this. My connection is absolutely fine. It does appear to be an issue with the game. Maybe someone is having some...
Are you invisible?
Maybe I need to be.
Yeah, you need to be.
Let's just do this quick.
I don't have disconnects.
Okay. It could have been that. I normally am, and I actually completely forgot to. It should be fine now. We'll see how that goes. Thank you very much, guys, for bearing with us. Apologies about that again. But EC going down over on this midpoint now. Will 55 overcommit to this? They have, and Kasim has gone into the down state as well. And unfortunately, that is going to be a mini wipe for 55 HP monks.
Yeah.
Misha did
Good
get
timing. You're pretty much back for the turnaround. That was a mini wipe. That cost them the midpoint. That is the double cap. They are gaining the lead for the first time now and advancing straight to the quarry. That might actually be the cap from Kaze. If he's fast enough, can he get CC on there? That is the triple cap coming out for the French team for, what are they called again? Something...
Sizzling hot pressure. Oh yeah.
Nice. Very good.
Oh, good.
Triple cap coming out after such a long stalemate, and they're making good on their first bit of success, bringing down the next player again. Karsheim tried to save himself with a Vapor Form. That's not going to happen. Yeah. Zan is down on mid. Two players again. They need to wait for the respawn or be really sneaky. 55 in a terrible situation.
Yeah, great job here from the hot sizzling pressure. Really, I mean, their name came out true there. You know, I'm not sure it was sizzling. It was more like, you know, I'm just going to burn your face off because we're just kicking butt now at the moment. I mean, they've got the full free cap back on the waterfall as well. EC trying to get over towards mid.
The quarry open, and Zan sees that.
The thing is now, 55 HP monks are normally quite good with their regroups. Chosen going down there as well. There's still going to be a man down, and they're going to have big issues of coming back into this game. Well, San has actually gone over towards the quarry, done a great job.
Is Alka really now going there to contest it, to keep it neutral? No, he's just giving up that point. Because even though Chosen was a bit out of position, got caught basically between all these enemies, that gave them the opening. Alka kind of was too eager to get the kill on that, and that gave Zan the opening to at least get the quarry back and get them out of that 3-cap situation. But nonetheless, this has given them such a huge lead and actually the potential to pretty much now go for a Lord Rush.
They're getting really caught out here now, unfortunately. They're running in almost 1 and 2v3, and then Zan's running in there as well. I'm not really sure why, because he's just going to be taken straight down there.
Wait, is Kaze gonna 2v1?
No.
Is he gonna do it? Misha is already down. Chosen almost saving himself into the base. I didn't see how this started, but I saw Kaze and almost 2 down 55.
Yeah, I mean, Izzy knows that he can't come back into this game the way things are going. They need to just regroup and just come back in the best way they can. But the lead is just getting further and further away.
This is too long, and they aren't stopping with the aggression. Immediately taking out Karsib. I haven't seen Karsib drop so fast, and that actually knocked the GG out of him.
Not the GG.
Yeah, he was downed and GG. There it was. We're going into a third match between HoT sizzling hot pressure. There we go.
Sizzling hot pressure indeed.
Yes. Going into a third match, still the triple cap, kind of just for show in the end, but very strong. Just one single moment decided the outcome of this map. Very long stalemate and then just complete snowball.
Yeah, indeed. Gonna come back to the cams now, show our lovely faces off. You can spam that random emote in the chat again. She doesn't look like me.
Well, it's bald and has a beard. What do you want?
It's not a hipster beard, though. Just fine.
What, do you have a hipster beard?
No, not yet. I'm not going for that look. No way. Not happening.
Don't want to commit full hipster.
That crazy t-shirt that I'm wearing today as well looks pretty cool. Not that hipster. It's got like complete hair. I've got no hair. That's never happening unless I have some kind of operation. So it is 1-1 now between Sizzling Hot Pressure and also 55 HP Monks. 55. That game really just ran away with them. As soon as they got the kind of mini team wipe that I came back on after the DC, it really just completely fell apart from there. I mean, they didn't recover, and normally 55 HP Monks actually do well in recovering from that. They do a nice regroup. They're very, very, very patient.
Yeah.
And
to the extent that sometimes we sit here, well, do you guys want to engage with something? You're all there. But if it takes that time to really get the perfect moment, and it has worked often enough for us to not be critical about that anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, exactly, because it used to be, I remember I used to think, wow, that's taking so long, but then it's really effective in the end. They come into a node, they either come in with that burst from the pain train, or they just actually split across the map really well, and good things happen. But this map really you'd think about favouring. I'm really sorry if you're seeing some porting going around. I'm on the Mesmer, but that doesn't happen that much. The game is not happy with me today. The game is not happy with me at all.
Why? What have you done to it?
I don't know. My connection is actually completely fine. Apologies, guys, on the stream. I have to see if I can fix this for next week. But we did say there will be some small issues. Just waiting for this ready ups to come out. And we'll get into the final game of this week's ESL Go4GuildWars2 Cup number 18. And this should be quite a good one. I mean, this is, we see some, what is it, you called it Comeback Kylo. That's right.
Battle of Comeback.
Battle of Comeback?
Although I have to say Comeback Kylo kind of sounds even better. Alliteration.
Yeah, true. Comeback Kylo. Ooh. Could be a song. Maybe we need to get like Shum to get some.
Well, okay, yeah. As long as you don't sing it, I'm fine with that.
Are you saying my singing is poor? Because that's rubbish and not true. So we're talking about mobility on this map, really, and how people can go through the map. I'm going to drop in game to show you what I'm talking about here, and also update the scores because HoT have equaled things up here. And Mesmer, basically, we've got Mesmer and Thief Pain Train combination over on 55 HP Monks, able to go right through the map pretty much with their ports. So you can thinking about the Staff 2 phase retreat, you're talking about the 5th ability on the short bow, also blink and whatnot, as well as the different ports available to the Thief as well. And so nice transition through the middle, whereas the red team, let's just see if we've still got Drazzy over on the Necro, and he is using that Summon Fleshworm, so can get onto some nice positions over on the mid, around the side of the...
And potentially Spectral Walk.
Very good pickup, Nick, as well, because we do have that Spectral Walk in the utility, so he can port back up and dupe if he is being actually trained down from behind. So that's another good point there. So there is some nice mobility from both these teams in a way, but I think I'd give it really to 55 HP monks in that. But we know that that isn't the only issue, which can of course bring you the game, because red team have quite a lot of sustainability, but we did see obviously EC switching over towards that altruistic healing build for the Guardian, where shield is actually very nice on this map over on the mid cap. That dome can really knock people over into these side parts of the into the corners, sorry, of the clock tower, and do a great job at just picking up the extra ticks or even getting that decap on the solo engage there. So you might see some movement on that shield, but
especially with a shield, you can sometimes almost get an entire decap against multiple people with just one ability. It gains great payoff on this map.
It's a nice combination with, I don't know, something like a supply crate and also that dome as well. You know, stun them, and then just knock them off node. Not saying that that's what they're going to do exactly, but just as an example of how well that could work. But yeah, many different things that can come out from both these teams.
I think it could actually be interesting if Isai would move back to Hammer instead of Staff.
Yeah, I mean, going Hammer, Shield, and Mace or Scepter. Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
maybe the Shield might be...
He is!
There we go.
It's gone to DPS. Oh. See, Hammer with the Shield and also the Mace.
Hammer Staff?
Yes. So he's gone for...
Oh, yeah.
No.
No?
I was thinking about that. Maybe might stack him, but it was just... Pardon me being a bit slow on the change up there. So, still, obviously, these teams are picking. This is the final game,
DPS
and there is
Guardian.
money. Indeed, there is money in on the line. Just picked up that random movement from Karzes there versus trying to nick a bit of damage onto Chosen Sin. But Misha just came in and said, "Nope, that ain't happening, brother. That's not happening, dude."
Okay.
So waiting for these teams to ready up, as they are fighting at the moment for a difference of about 300 euros. Because one team will pick up 100 at the moment, but the other team will pick up 400. The team coming in second, of course, getting some gems as well, but that is not going to amount to the same
And
amount
go
of
4
cash
points.
money.
Don't
And
forget
go
the
4
points.
There is the go 4 points, which will be going towards the final, which actually this is the first week of March. And to completely forgot it was the first today.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That came
It
quickly.
is. Damn.
Yes. It's going to get warmer soon. Woo. That's awesome. That's good news.
Well,
as well.
Is it ready in London?
True. Okay.
Yeah.
We won't think about that too much. So if you have just joined us, we are finishing off the EU Go4GuildWars2 Cup number 18, as we have the longest maybe ready up break in the history of Guild Wars 2.
I mean, Isai had to respec, but that's done. I have no idea what we're waiting for. Tactical discussion, okay, is a thing. We get that.
I think this tactical discussion maybe has been...
But sometimes I get the feeling that people just don't read the chat. Don't see that we've been ready for minutes.
For years.
I mean, I personally don't mind these guys taking the time and really planning it out, but
no.
Often we get kind of the beef from the viewers that we delay stuff for too long.
Okay, sorry. We'll just go back over the Necro build as well. Someone's asking if it's Terramancer. Just having a look. It is indeed. It's gone for Terra with the greater marks there as well as the faster recharge on those staff skills, of course, and the Master of Terror over there, which finishes that out. Path of Corruption build, of course, looking good.
There we go. Right.
We are in the final of the ESL Go4GuildWars2 Cup number 18 for the EU region. 55 HP monks on the blue team. We have sizzling hot pressure on the red team. And Nick, you're going to go through the splits, I know.
Yes, I am. While I still laugh because of that name, it looks like we're going to see two people actually run past windmill from the red side just to make sure there isn't any sneaky engage. But it looks like we have actually the pain train capping. Misha just staying out of sight, maybe to get a sneaky engage, but afterwards they need to be careful. Red team is a bit fast on the pickup of the midpoint, but we do have the trebuchet already counter engage here from Hibify, trying to get Zan off that trebuchet. Actually a portal, so Zan can move there pretty quick, or Misha could move there again after Zan disengages if the trebuchet doesn't get taken care of.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Zan's actually just going to stay here for this now. So you think he's just going to move, but he might actually just move back out quickly. Hibify's not staying for this. Nice knockback from Zan there as Hibify comes out of that Alyssa S, dodging that pull from the toolkit there. Nice job from Hibify on the escape. Zan can just jump back onto the Treb actually. Pop some more shots off onto mid. Alcor is going to miss this. No, he gets hit by the Treb and actually gets knocked off point there, and then knocked again by Carseb using that staff skill, of course, and then coming back onto the point. Will Zan continue to use that Treb? He is indeed. Alcor getting in some serious trouble there and has come off node as well. And we're going to see the Necro actually. Draze just dropping onto point, coming out of that Death Shroud now. He's quite low on HP, needs to be careful, going to drop some marks and defense as he comes back out there. Eternia is there to defense and pick him back up alongside him is going to be Hibify. He is going to be okay. Carseb looking low as well now. We're getting some nice Waterfield pumps onto point as well as the healing.
Now Kazer on the trebuchet trying to interrupt him, actually not really going for the 1v1, and he needs to be careful because he's not going to win that 1v1. He just tries to interrupt as much as possible. Is he going to disengage? No, it's a back and forth, interrupt again. Give him a bit of damage and then afterwards try and disengage to not get caught.
He is going to probably go down here, actually, to be honest. Oh no, withdrawal came up. That's not too bad. Maybe he can just pick up the damage on the trip, because the trip's quite low here. He is actually going to pick out... He's going to go for the damage there. Now he needs to disengage. And, oh no! Look at the Slick Shoes combination! So powerful! But at least Kazis did get the trip down, which was, you know, in all his major objective. And unfortunately, he was taken out as well. So Zan did a great job at being patient and sticking there. Hibify quite low over towards the mansion point. As we do see Chosen Sin coming in. Easy dropping that Ring of Warding. Stopping anyone from going the risk potentially. But I don't think that's going to happen. We are going to see Draze drop as well. And 55 will pick up the 2-cap.
Picking up the mansion point, as you called it.
The mansion point.
Now gaining the lead again with the double cap. Yeah, they had some trouble with the trebuchet. They weren't really getting hit by it, but just that nobody really took care of the trebuchet or Zan. Man, they always had the pressure of that trebuchet there, and one lucky hit and that can kind of be it. You can also combine the trebuchet shot with some CC, therefore they can't dodge if you get a good bit of damage there. And then afterwards, they were kind of missing a person to keep the pressure up, didn't get anywhere in mid and completely disengaged. Got the decap, very quick lead, but that completely went away after the lost team fight on the mansion.
Indeed, and it looks like now... I said indeed. And after the...
just say indubitably.
Indubitably. Wow, said that properly. Kaz is going to go down here. No, enough. Cleave coming out onto his corpse is actually able to just get out there. Nice positioning from Misha here as well, over on the mid. They have lost that cap, but we are going to see the decap coming out from Chosen Sin over on the windmill, as we do see Eternia also coming back onto that node. Chosen Sin probably will disengage. Maybe he can actually... No, he's not going to actually opt for that Basilisk Venom off point. Actually, he was on cooldown as well.
He's
so
trying to keep it neutral for as long as possible, and is actually engaging in the fight because he knows Misha is about to come. We have the Earth Armor already pulled.
Oh, Moa!
Draze is trying to get there. A Moa finally. There we go, and Draze almost down, just going there.
And port back. Not sure that was the best idea. Oh no, Carsey just ported through.
And into the arms of Draze.
Oh, no way!
Good sir, I am ready for my stomp. That was a delivery system in that case, and it looks like the fight is kind of going towards HoT there, gaining control of the mansion again, but the lead is still there, and even a small lead
mid-cap, though.
Can mean bit. Oh.
Just picked it up, actually. Yeah, Zan just nipped off point there, as well as... Let's have a look at, see where Carsave is. He's just nipped off node as well. Ooh. It's not clicking back onto him. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a problem there. I think I'm just going...
Karsa just taking care of the full cap there. They left a bit of the cap. That's not a good idea. You always want to get the full cap because it's hard enough to react to a decap attempt as it is. If you don't cap it all the way, then you can pretty much forget trying to keep it in your possession. At best, neutral. Draze, that red.
How
just in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
No idea how he stood back up.
No idea at all. Misha here on the side is trying to put some damage onto Drazer again, and actually going to have to drop out and it's going to drop down.
Oh,
did he use the port?
There we see the spectral walk coming into effect. Just barely makes it out of there alive, but now in a good position. Just needs to be careful. He can't really let himself be seen in a way where, like a thief could port upwards. Or just basically one auto attack. He doesn't really get out of combat either. Therefore, no regen happening. Now opting to just be the backpoint defender and maybe just be safe and stay out of it until it regens the health.
Indeed. A nice port up from EC, then channeling that Ring of Ward in there and then porting up. And actually did a nice knockback onto Hippofire there to get the point. Still contested now. Still very close game. 8 minutes and 30 seconds, not hitting 250 points yet. Still some pressure coming out. A lot of pressure coming out onto HoT now. Look, EC!
Oh!
Whoa, that trebuchet.
That was the most precious of trebuchet shots. The first one when the enemy team doesn't really know you're shooting with the trap, and that hit, and that had really good effect. First one down, knockback coming in, kind of gaining something towards the cap, but it's still on the neutral. And 1 point in the hands of 55, so even with that nice decap there, they're just not making up any points.
Yeah, Pain Train combination just taking out Eternia there over on the windmill. Although we've seen Misha drop into the downstate as well. Caster is trying to drop a stealth off. Oh no, this is going to be risky business here. What has...
Is he going for some? No, the damage is going to be enough for Misha. And Caster actually almost went down. That should be with the stomp of Chosen should get back up. Shouldn't be too long or just damage in that case. Thieves die quick enough.
Yeah, indeed. They really switched it around there. They did actually lose their mansion point, though, in the process of going for windmill. So it's a nice pick up there from Dreze, actually, over on the mansion node. And then we've re-engaged over on the mid. We've got the Treb still down in favour. We've still got the Treb down on the side of 55 HP Monks. Maybe we'll see Kazes again dropping into this fight with the Treb action. But at the moment, we're kind of hovering around the midpoint quite heavily at the moment. Dreze is going to move
really
back.
A full engage yet.
Not really.
We do have actually the Trebuchet again. They want to go for the mid-fight. Trebuchet shot coming up. Is somebody going to be caught out by that? No, they knew it, and they already had somebody sent there. We do see Chosen coming in with the stealth engage, trying to get the first attack off on Kazer, but that didn't really work. So this Thief 1v1 really could decide the mid-fight.
Indeed, 55 HP Monks getting that cap on mid. So we are seeing the strong 2 cap coming out. Almost 100-point lead against HoT, who did defeat Orange Logo in our other semi-final that we did stream earlier, guys. So at the moment, 55 HP Monks have got it in the bag.
Nice knockback. Hippofire keeping him there. The decap comes out on the windmill. Nice CC chain there. And actually the damage from Karls there brings him down completely. Chosen can't really go for the res. Misha maybe
nice res.
A bit dangerous as well, but Isse in there
should
make all that possible.
Yeah, indeed. Nice. Is Zan going to go through? Oh, immobilized just before. Oh, no. Why did he go on? No, I think he was trying to contest it. 2 cap coming out from the red team. And it looks like HoT might actually come back into this game now. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in this matchup.
Battle of comeback has begun again. Trebuchet comes in, not quite with a gap on the midpoint yet, and now the red team members are ready again. Thief on the Trebuchet. Somebody needs to react to that, or they need to play around it. That's also an option, potentially. With oh, they actually have the mansion. The points are ticking. It's just not shown on the board yet for me.
Indeed. Oh, Cassie very low there as well. A nice lightning flash out there, actually. And then the kind of rotation of those water skills to get his heal back up to full and then come back on the node and maybe hold against these guys. I'm going to see the 2v1 now from 55 over on that mansion node. Zan and also Misha just warding away Alcor now. Alcor did a good job at trying to hold 2 people there for as long as he possibly could. And now just disengaging, re-engaging onto Misha actually. surprisingly, I thought he was going to go into mid there, but actually re-engaged with that Saw 2 and really picking off some nice damage against Misha, some nice burning ticks and Condi, and is actually going to might actually take him down here. Nice port away from Misha up the stairs, putting that Chaos Storm down. A good job from him, and might actually evade this. But Misha needs to just bail really hard here and actually gets that heal off. And oh no, nice Greatsword 4 as well. Good job.
In the meantime, we saw Chosen with a decap attempt, but Rosé was fast enough, and not only that, he made Chosen pay with his life for the audacity to even attempt that. Again, with the Trebuchet, now no answer from the 55 Thief. Kazer just on there having fun in the midpoint. That might just be the little tiny bit that needs to happen to turn the team fight in mid around towards the side of HoT. Always need to think for a second before I say the name. Why? Just HoT. It's not that hard.
It's okay, man. I understand. Both teams are kind of guarding their close points at the moment. Chosen Sin is just walking round towards the mansion just to check it as he gets past and going towards the midpoint now. Still a bit chilled. I mean, Carsid is down in mid. Vapor forming out to the side of the node. Zan trying to try and pick up that res. Maybe he can knock back Alcor here. Can't. He's got stability. Not going to be able to pick it up.
How did that go through?
Wow, stability is a Mo thing. I don't know. Anyway, I won't say that one. Windmill is under congestion at the moment. There's 55, of course, engaging onto that third point as they start to lose favour on that second node. But Misha has gone down into the down. He's gone downstairs, but he's going to be rested here by Chosen Sin, dropping that at Shadow Refuge, of course. And the comeback is real. But they have managed to get Misha back up, and maybe we're going to see a disengage here. We are. Just needs to be careful how they're going to go about it.
They also need to be careful with the midpoint. Just barely didn't hit Alka with the immobilize, otherwise we would have already seen a decap on mid. That's just it. One knockback and everything can be over with the mid cap. We do see the 6 shoes coming out. Cars having some trouble. Alka already down. Hibify coming in from side. Would he get the res? Could Elixir as well. But just the resing itself is not enough. A bit of a knockback. But we do have enough red team members in there to make it really hard to get the decap on that one. And with this double cap, they are sooner or later gonna get the lead. And then once they have, it's gonna be really difficult for 55 to gain it again.
Yeah, and they're actually going down here. What you see is in the down state below. Carsid can't get him up. And we have seen the decap possibly from Misha. Oh, nice. Did get the decap as well. So the lead is only 7 or so points. And now they need support. Chosen Sin coming back up in the pain drain combination. Alcor really is going low. Karseb now coming over as well. Zan is guarding in a 1v2 situation. EC will get there quite quickly to try and back up that node. Alcor is down. 55 going to pick up the 2 cap. We are 4-4-1 to 4-3-3. This is a tight situation. Look at the portal.
Disengaging.
Portal to mid.
We have a double cap.
Decap on mid. No. Awesome!
What? It's not even going to be the decap on mansion. Zan's going down there, but the decap on mid, either way, it was just a situation where
gonna go down
the winner of the next fight is going to win this game. It's just, once we get to the 450 mark, one slight mistake is going to pretty much decide all of it. The decap comes out, double cap on the sides. There's really nothing that HoT can do against this.
That end rotation, Nick. Amazing moves from 55 HP Monks. Amazing recovery. Coming out from the 1 player down and then coming back into the game almost close to a free cap. That was immense, man. That was immense.
It is the battle of comebacks. Or comeback Kylo. As it shall be known henceforth.
Are you sure?
Yes. No idea. We're going to make our minds up about that later. But congratulations to 55 for winning this week's Go4GuildWars2 Cup, and actually the first of March, both the cup and the day.
Indeed, yes. That was, wow, today was just full of epic games, man. There were so many good games today. Thank you for all the teams that took part. Congratulations to 55 HP Monks again for winning, and to Sizzling Hot Pressure coming in second, of course, and picking up the 100 euros in those games.
I'm surprised that that Rosé didn't stay on the node when Alcor went down, because even though it might have not been smart in a situation like that, you really don't have any other options.
I mean, playing Necro as well is tough in itself. I don't know. Maybe they were kind of I think they were still going to lose the game either way, just because, you know, how it was going. But yeah, to a degree, I mean, that push, I can't believe they came back that way, because EC went down at the bottom of Clock Tower, right, and then came back into the map. And then 55 again, like I said, they always push to that next node, and we've picked up on it quite a few times in different games. That's what they do. They know they're losing the point. They will start to move out towards the next node and actually get some pressure on them. And, you know, kind of just completely fool them and going on to that next node. They don't expect that next engagement. And then using that portal, Misha, as soon as they've got the edge, and now are outnumbering, moves back to mid with that portal. Already red team are out of position. They've got no cooldowns left in terms of getting back to the cap. And they just take that decap over on mid. It was just an awesome move, and good job from those guys. But I've got to say as well to HoT that they've played some smashing games today. Enjoyed watching them immensely. These guys have done so good recently and are really a powerhouse to watch out for. And we saw Orange Logo.
It's really,
as well.
At the moment, it is between Orange Logo, 55 HP Monks, and HoT. Or Dragunners, or whatever you want to call them.
Indeed.
And we haven't yet seen TCG. I know some of you are going to be really angry about that. But yeah, they should have won. They should have won if they want to be on stream.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to get even more hate for that comment, yeah. But soon, TCG in the process of regrouping. Helseth is looking for people. Maybe he has already found them. Just needs to get a bit of practice in with them. And I hope they will be joining kind of the forefront of the teams. 4 teams would be good to have. If 3 teams where you don't know who's going to win is already great. 4 teams is even better. Simple math.
Simple math indeed. And as we do the simple math, we can tell that we have finished today. And we are going to leave you